Welcome everybody. Welcome to the semifinals. This is the second semifinal series. We've already seen Giap versus Jove. Giap 3-0'd Jove. All three games on this map, by the way, surprisingly enough. So, pretty impressive performance from Giap this tournament. He's going to be scary in the finals. And this second semifinal series is going to be Korean Army versus Dbmb. Dbmb 2-1 to Jezelin last series, and there were some questions of fair play, which have been addressed. Dbmb and Korean Army will both be recording themselves playing for this series. We're given the option of using screenshotter as well, but Korean Army wants to put it on his YouTube, and Dbmb likes streaming, so that's fine with me. If both players are fine with that. The game's also on a nice long observer delay, so I think there will be no questions of fair play this series, which is good, because I don't want to have any further delays this tournament. And Dbmb is going to be playing as Oster in the southeast. The map is Famenville Approach. Korean Army playing as Soviets in the northwest. Double conscript opening from Korean Army. Dbmb going with his same Assault Grenadier opening that he's been using against Jezelin last series. Going to try that again against Korean Army as well. Korean Army already building some sandbags here on the munitions point. Assault Grenadiers taking control of the fuel, and these Pyos throwing some barbed wire on the green cover position over here by the house. Grenadiers making their way south to take control of this strategic point.
Fresh conscripts have arrived.
Assault Grenadiers just hiding here. They're going to make an attempt for the north munitions, but they're going to walk right into those conscripts set up in green cover and lose that engagement. You should disengage. Definitely should not keep walking into this engagement. And even sprinting, I think I don't know, he might win this. Doesn't look like it though. There's the second model dropped, third model dropped. And there they go, forced to retreat. Conscripts taking control of the center VP. Combat engineers moving to take control of nothing yet. Conscripts moving to support them. Pyos will probably get forced away. Grenadiers in the building. Conscripts throwing up more cover on the fuel. Korean Army starting off with very strong fuel control here in game one. Pyos trying to hide in the capture circle down there in the south. Conscripts continue chasing them. That's kind of a late retreat, honestly. They have to vault that wall just to be able to retreat safely, and there they go. Conscripts continue capturing the fuel from their position in green cover. Combat engineers jumping into the munitions, and these conscripts close into short range on the south wall of this building. Fuel continues getting taken by Korean Army here. Huge early map control for Korean Army, and he's forcing retreats all over the map. Off to a great, strong start. Assault Grenadiers have been fully reinforced, making their way back north now. Should be able to win against a four-man conscript squad, though. Combat engineers taking up a position here. In green cover, here in green cover, should be able to slowly work those Grenadiers out of the building. Going to close into short range on that Grenadier squad, exposing themselves to fire from the south window though, so they're going to have to retreat. This squad of conscripts can't get in range to support, and there they go. I think they'll get away. Kind of a late retreat. They honestly came close to getting wiped, but they'll be all right. Meanwhile, over here, Assault Grenadiers will force away the combat conscripts that were setting up in green cover right there. Flamethrower fires on that Grenadier squad, bringing him quite low. Gets a couple, I think he got one crit on the first burst. So, pretty good manpower bleed. At least Dbmb has managed to take back control of the North Fuel. Korean Army playing very aggressively for the munitions and fuel points early on. Not really the VPs, and certainly not doing any backcapping yet. Just trying to keep his opponent boxed in the very first few minutes of the game. Doing a pretty good job, and Dbmb will not have a fuel point capped until the 4.5 minute mark. Pretty late to be getting your very first decent amount of fuel income. He has gone battle phase 1.
Attempting to steal our sector.
Shut up, Paradox. He has taken battle phase 1. There goes that flamethrower right there. So he's kind of feels like sort of early battle phase 1 tech to me. Probably gonna try and get a half track out, I guess. Three Grenadiers to half track on this map. I could probably see that. Or maybe just scout car for a more mobile firepower, working the flanks. Tier 2 structure going up right there. Grenadiers moving to reinforce here in the base. There's the LMG. Battle Phase 1 also, of course, gives them access to LMGs. That squad's getting focused down quick, though. There they go, and this engagement for the cutoff will go to Korean Army thanks to superior numbers. Assault Grenadiers not really being used I mean, they're really important to use for their damage output in the early game because they don't scale very well, but Dbmb is just capping with that squad, so it's not able to force retreats, not able to do any real damage. Korean Army just taking engagements all over the map. No commander selection from Korean Army either. He seems to wait. He waits, but he is at 2 CP, so it's time to choose. If he's going to start calling in guards or shocks or whatever. He's got shock rifle, mechanized support, and guard motor coordination. Off to a really strong start against Dbmb right now.
Grenadiers here!
Flamethrowers are going to take building control. I don't know if Dbmb should have let that happen. This LMG squad's falling super low. That's a late retreat. I think they'll be okay. Jeez, that flame burst, though. Very close. There's the 221 in production. Tier 2 going up for Korean Army. He's also got healing, no AT grenades yet. Once that 221 reveals himself, he may choose to get them. Assault Grenadiers finally move to support an engagement, but Korean Army snags the house again. Has to retreat that that conscript squad right there. I think they'll probably get away as long as they round that corner. They're going to be okay. The flamethrower forces those assault grenadiers to reposition a little bit. Here comes the 221 to try and force the flamethrower from the house. One squad of Pyos harassing in the south. Two freshly reinforced conscript squads are trying to make their way back to the front lines and contend for the center and north, or right, northeast.
Our territory.
Flamethrower jumps into the capture circle just in time to prevent decap. Flamethrower can probably win this engagement even at really close range where Pyos excel. Maybe. I don't know, maybe not. Korean Army wanted to stall the capture of that fuel. He thought he would win at close range, but he was wrong, and now he risks losing that squad. Oh, he should have just engaged from medium range. Fortunately, all autocannon shots miss, and he will cross the red cover safely. And that 222 can't chase too deep into the base with those conscripts chasing him off. No AT grenade research yet, but it'll probably be coming very soon. Guard rifles have hit the field. PTRSs will, of course, help push away that 222. And the entire north is falling back into Korean Army's control, throwing down mines here. Conscripts taking control of the fuel. This fuel point's been captured but not connected, and look how fast and furious this game has been. No capturing of the flank strategic points. This point hasn't been capped. All units being fielded straight directly into these super aggressive, important early engagements. Pretty lethal game. It's 8.5 minutes in, and we're already at 36-24 kills on both sides. Highly lethal game. Like kind of almost like the complete opposite of a lot of the games we saw Crossing in the Woods, like Paul versus Korean Army. It'd be like 7 minutes in, like 10 kills on both sides, almost 3 times that. 3 times that in the same amount of time. Really engaging hard and fast, which should benefit Korean Army because he has the early game advantage. Although now that this 222 is on the field, Dbmb has a little bit more of a tool which should deal slightly more damage. Sandbags will not complete right there. Korean Army has building control. Forces away that Grenadier squad. This one's not going to last long. Autocannon trying to do damage to those conscripts from range, but it's not that much. No really lucky autocannon shots. Conscript squad appears to be pretty much fine. Dbmb is taking control of the south, grabbing the munitions and fuel here, while Korean Army continues to harass deep right, taking control of the strategic points right by Dbmb's base and the center cutoff. PTRSs arrive here in the south to push away that scout car. And Dbmb is completely cut off right now, boxed right into his base. Conscripts don't have any green cover right here and might try and make it to that truck. or just pull back to the safety of this sandbag position, or just retreat. He doesn't like that engagement. He's just going to get out of there. Flamethrowers at about half health. I don't think they're going to get that mine down. There's no way they're getting that mine down. Oh, that Grenadier squad. Run, Grenadiers! No PTRS shots, so no snipes. Assault Grenadiers will retreat. Guards are probably pretty scary in this house, because even with 2 windows from which to engage, they can fire DP machine guns and PTRSs. There's the Stug E from Dbmb. Korean Army also has chosen his commander, of course, guard rifle, or guard motor. Coordination, so... no deviation from the meta here. No crazy surprises. Not that I was expecting any. Stugi is going to try and push away that flamethrower. Was that a sniper? Yeah, wow, there's that late game sniper. Dbmb really likes fielding this. Let's see if he can make a miracle comeback. He did pretty much the exact same thing against Jeslin in game 2, I think. Stugi into 2 snipers. Made a miracle comeback, although I think that is a lot more likely to succeed on crossing in the woods than on Famenville approach. Snipers can be much more deadly on crossing because it's very much a long-range map, always engaging across the river. Conscript squad right there needs to reposition to do some backcapping. He's finally going to find an opportunity to do some backcapping. PTRSs are going to keep that 222 away from the south. Sniper's going to move to try and push the guards out of that building. Stugi E is going to try the same. Assault Grenadiers move to take control of that fuel point. These 4 squads moving to take control of this area. How Korean Army manages that Stug E before his Collins arrive is going to be pretty important. He's actually gone tier 3. I wonder if he's going to get a half track again. That would be pretty bold against this. I don't know. I don't know if I think that would be an excellent idea, but with the sniper on the field, the quad upgrade, half track could actually be very deadly. Here comes a huge push by Korean Army from multiple directions. PTRSs firing at those assault grenadiers, and Stug E, a AT grenade damages the Stug E's engine. Snipers only fired 3 times. It can't seem to get any shots off. Can't get a line, and that's a full retreat. Full retreat by Dbmb from the south. Assault Grenadiers falling too low. Sniper doesn't like the engagement. Conscripts jumping into the house to provide vision, I guess. Field gun is on its way, but it's not going to be able to get in range with 2 squads of LMG Grens right there. Korean Army has not been able to maintain control of the center building, and he's also not done any harassment of the north for a little while, giving Dbmb quite a bit of resource income. PTRSs snipe a couple Grens, and Dbmb's going to retreat those 2 squads as well. The Stug E is still firing at those conscripts. The field gun's moving up to put pressure on them. You can't stay in that building forever, though. There it goes. Building collapses, and the conscript squad gets wiped. I feel like Korean Army stuck around in there a little too long. He still had a lot of health left on that house, but I don't know. This particular house has always been scary. Sometimes it just collapses a little earlier than you think it's going to. And that's exactly what happened. Korean Army might consider replacing that conscript squad. Being down to only 3 squads of infantry is a little low. We'll see what he chooses to do. There's the half track, and he's gonna do it. Apparently he finds a lot of value in that half track.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
High explosive! Oh, wow! That was an engagement turner right there. 2 instant retreats. High explosive barrage on those 2 squads. Nice. Flamethrower's gonna jump in the house. Oh, that friendly fire! That Stugi just nailed those assault grenadiers. So bad. Here comes the half track, trying to put pressure on those Grens right there. Field gun moves up to fire on the Stug. Shot misses. Sniper might try and clear the field gun. Shooting at the flamethrower right now, though. Half track reinforcing the conscripts right there in the field. House is falling a little low, but this one I don't think will collapse nearly as easily. Korean Army's going to play it safe and get out. He's going to charge that sniper. If he gets a lucky flame crit, that sniper could go down. He's not going to risk it, though. He's going to try and retreat. I think it's a 50-50 chance of that snipe, and it does connect. I don't know. I think he should have gambled. I think he should have gambled on the flame crit. He made the, I don't know. He probably made the safer call. He played the odds. I would have gambled. I would have just... flame crit. Flame crit, I get sniped. That's the way this is going down. I'm not retreating. Not because I would have made a calculated decision. My micro is just not good enough to pay attention. Retreat, KA, retreat! No! Flamethrower. Both of his flamethrowers dead now. He can't afford these manpower losses right now when he's trying to make it to call-ins. Unless he chooses to go T-34-76, which he might. I mean, Dbmb not that close to getting a Tiger, really. KA has a huge fuel advantage right now, huge map control advantage. He needs to kill that sniper, which is up to 8 kills. It's not doing anything that impressive. Ooh, demo charge almost wipes the squad, but not quite. Guards will probably win that. Sniping, yeah, easy win. Plus there's a half track for reinforcement of that one model loss. That's no big deal. The Stug and Sniper are a much bigger deal. They're on their way. That's a wipe though, right? What? Was that a wipe? It looks like a wipe. Yeah. Wow. Korean Army can really pick up a lot of squad wipes with this half track. It's pretty impressive. 222 with Stug support going in hard on that half track. But the quad mount does pretty good damage to that scout car. And that PTRS has finished the job. Nice. If he can get that field gun in range for this engagement, maybe he can push that Stug away. Those guards might get wiped by a really lucky hit, but conscripts are moving to push that Stug off him. The threat of AT grenades. Here comes the AA half-track again, dealing pretty heavy damage. If he can just get some infantry squads in range of that thing for reinforcement. Oh no, why would he retreat with that half-track right there? I guess he doesn't really use it as a forward reinforce point. He just uses it as a anti-light vehicle, anti-infantry source. I don't know what I think about that. I feel like he probably, maybe he doesn't want to reinforce them. Maybe he just wants to keep them in his base while he floats for call-ins, I guess. He's making a full retreat right now. Dbmb is going to be able to get a lot of map control back while Korean Army gets his bearings here in the base. He is reinforcing the cons, he's not reinforcing the guards. Maybe he's just going to merge reinforce instead. Probably. 200 manpower in the bank. He's probably going to have the manpower and fuel he needs at about the same time. Probably managing that about right. First squad of combat engineers for repairs, clearly. Dbmb getting some fuel back under control during this quiet period is definitely going to make it to Tiger at probably about the same time that the T-34-85s hit the field, so neither player really taking hold of this game yet, with the, of course, the main concern for Dbmb being that he's about 200 victory points behind. Korean Army has maintained really good victory point control pretty much all game. Once the Stugi arrived, really once the 222 arrived, things kind of started turning around. Then once the Stugi arrived, things really turned around. A couple of squad wipes for Korean Army hurt. They're just flamethrowers. They're not that manpower expensive to replace. Korean Army does not have this building. Flamethrower is going to jump in there. Nice harassment in the north of that Grenadier squad. I don't think he's going to be able to chase that down, but he will prevent capture of that point. Sniper might be a little bit exposed too. Minesweeper retreating from the south. Once he blew up on that demo charge, he decided he needed a Minesweeper. There's a few mines in the north as well, but honestly there's not that many mines planted this game on either side. Flamethrower engaging in the house. Oh no, and Dbmb gets lucky with a flame burst right there. That combat engineer has to retreat. Conscripts will, however, force the flamethrower from the house, take building control. AT gun moving around, looking for opportunities, setting up facing right. Conscripts taking control of the south munitions.
Engineer standing by.
Squad mounts up to 7 kills. It's doing pretty alright. It's doing pretty alright. Wrapped up 1 squad. Let's look at squad wipes. Dbmb's way in the lead for units killed, but in conscripts versus grenadiers, this is honestly probably pretty even for manpower. The assault grenadier squad did get wiped, I remember that. Apparently that's it though, no other wipes. Whoa, what happened? Half-track just went down. Oh, by a anti-tank on snipe right there. Korean Army was not expecting that. 2 packs and Stugi, pretty standard stuff. I think this has been a popular Ostheer meta / build, whatever you want to call it, for the last, I don't even know how many months. This is very textbook stuff. Of course, the addition of a sniper makes it even more scary this patch, if it wasn't scary enough already. The sniper hasn't done too much this game. 12 kills in 21 minutes is certainly not anything to be excited about. But the loss of that half-track hurts. Korean Army needs to try not to bleed too much manpower and engagements while he continues to contend for VP and fuel control. Fuel control is not that important anymore. He should probably just worry about VPs and munitions right now since he's got his Collins. Though he can worry about retaking fuel control.
Pack loaded for panther hunting.
Look here.
Our position is under attack! They're killing us! Ready! They've opened up on us! Back, comrades! Das ist los!
Conscripts working on flamethrower squad right there. And there are the Collins making their way south. Korean Army has to be careful though. AT guns making their way south as well to protect his Shugi down here. T-34s reveal themselves on that minesweeper pile. The AT guns are set up quite well for this push and they have to pull back. Field gun here making its way to try and assist in this engagement. Grenadiers have building control. Flamethrower is not firing on them. Here comes the light artillery barrage on the field gun. T-34s have rotated back to fire on this building. Field gun gets cleared. Tiger on the field for Dbmb, arriving at pretty much exactly the same time as the T-34 85s.
Enemy forces are securing our territory. The enemy is taking our territory. OKW has released a Tiger for our use. We are losing a sector.
Only 2 squads of infantry left for Korean Army. Lucky main gun destroyed crit on his T-34. Dbmb just taking all of these critical engagements 25 minutes into the game. And there it is, GG. Wow. Things were dead even, but just one squad wipe here, another squad wipe there, a couple lucky hits from the Tiger and Stugi, and that's it. Well played, Dbmb. Short break, and we'll go into game 2.